Hi, and welcome back to the slrecliners.com YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to customize your Stressless recliner on the Stressless website and then how to go about ordering it. So I'm going to show you guys the different base options that are available for your Stressless recliner, the benefits of each base option, the leather grades, the leather colors, and the different base woods that we have as well. So let's get started here. First, go to stressless.com. So you'll be directed to the Stressless manufacturer website. There should be a video that loads up here, but we're going to go to products here and then go down to recliners. In this example, I'm going to be doing the Stressless Mayfair, but keep in mind, we do have several different models for Stressless recliners. Not all of them have all the options that I'm going to be showing you today, but most of them do. So these are the different models that we have available: the Mayfair, the Wing, the Sunrise, View. I won't go through them all, but you can see them here. Some of them available right out of the US, depending on how you spec it out, and some of them would need to be custom ordered. But we're going to go with the Mayfair for this example, just to show you one of our best-selling recliners. So first thing you'll notice here is that we have 4 different base types. And in these base types, we have the classic base here, which is what Stressless has as their longest running base type. It swivels, it reclines, and it is with this wood frame here. The second base type is the signature base here. Swivels, reclines, but also has a rocking mechanism in it, which makes the signature base unique. It does have a metal portion here, which you can do in matte black or chrome. We'll get into a little bit more details of the customizing of the signature base here in a bit. And then we have 2 types of power recliners. We have the full power, which is considered power leg and back. So it power reclines and power leg rest folds out here. And then we have the power leg, which is solely just power leg, and then you have the manual recline. For this example, the first example, we're going to be using the classic base just to show you guys how to customize one of our most popular base options. So go ahead and click the classic base Mayfair. And what you're going to have load up here are going to be the different options for covers. So you can choose between, you do have an option for fabric. There's not a whole lot of fabrics for Stressless. There is a line called the Nemica fabric, which we can get into, but for right now, for the sake of this video, we're just going to go over leathers. In the leathers, we have the different types of leather. So Paloma, we have the Cori, we have Batik, and we have Noblesse and Pioneer. Now this is not in order of price. Paloma is our most popular. It's also our biggest collection, so they list that first. Batik is our least expensive leather. It's our entry-level leather, but Stressless uses all top grain, so any leather that you choose is going to be a very high-quality leather from either Italy or Brazil, all top grain or full grain leathers. Cori is kind of the next step up after Paloma. A little bit thicker, more texture, and then Pioneer and Noblesse. Pioneer is a very unique wax pull-up leather. It has like a bomber jacket look to it. The thing to caution about Pioneer is just make sure that you're okay with minor imperfections in the leather, because it's not going to be treated as much as some of the other leathers. It's going to look very genuine, very raw in its nature, which gives it a very cool look, but you also have to want that look. Noblesse is our full grain leather. Noblesse is one of our thickest. It's also one of our softest leathers. It does require the most maintenance as well. But for this example, we're going to go through the Paloma colors. So what we'll do here is to see all 31 colors. And you can see here, we have quite a selection of different Paloma colors. Right now, henna is selected, which is kind of like a burnt orange color. But we're going to go through some of the other options here. Chestnut, which is kind of like a flat brown color. We've got henna, of course, the dark green. And keep in mind when you're going through some of these and scrolling through some of the photos, these are computer generated images, and they're not going to be as color accurate as seeing the actual product itself. It's just a computer rendering, which is a good way to start. But once you decide on a color, please make an effort to see the actual leather, and I'll show you guys how to do that as well. But for the sake of starting out, this is a good place to start. Paloma Silver Gray, different leather colors you can choose from: Paloma Cherry, Paloma Shadow Blue. We'll go with Paloma Light Gray. Now, Paloma Light Gray, despite the name, it is an off-white color, as you can see in the image here. You can also turn the chair around, see it from different angles. That way you can kind of see the stitching of the back, because if you float this in a room, you're going to be looking at the back of it. The wood stain from a different angle. So we'll get into the next part here, which is the size. Now, when you select the different size, it's actually not going to reflect on this image. This image is always going to be a medium recliner. The large is going to be a little bit wider. The small is going to be a little bit narrower. But the idea here is that you can see these dimensions. And I highly recommend going and actually trying these chairs out. Size is a very important part of a stressless recliner. Small, medium, large. And as you go up in size, you're increasing mainly in seat width, seat depth, and a little bit in seat height. You can see there's not a tremendous difference in seat height here between the small, medium, and large. But the biggest difference is going to be in the width of that seat and the depth of that seat. So the dimensions of that are here, including some of the seat height dimensions. The seat height can be raised, and I will get into some of that in some of the accessories that we sell, one of which is an elevation ring. We're going to go ahead and select the medium, and then lastly, for our classic base, we can select the wood stain. So we can kind of flip through the wood stains here, and the same caution that I give you with the leather, I'll do the same for the wood stains, which is take the color here with a grain of salt, and then once you decide kind of the color that you're wanting to go with, actually go and look at the sample or a real recliner that has this color combination on it. So light gray with gray does look very nice. Whinge is kind of like our dark ebony stain. It is brown, but it's so dark that it looks almost black. Black, of course, is an option. Whitewash is our lightest. For this example, I think I'm going to go with whinge, just because that's a very popular color combination to go with light gray and whinge. And then, kind of flip through the photos, make sure that's exactly what you wanted. Right here, we can look at the different functions of the, I'm not going to start the video, but you can see the different functions of this particular product. You can download the product sheet of your recliner. So if you decide this is the configuration you're going with, you can email this to yourself or print it out, or bring it into your dealership or send it to us, and we can get you a quote on that exact recliner with the exact specifications that you want. Okay, so next we're going to go into the signature base recliner. So the difference between classic and signature, first off, the different wood stains there. So this is a signature base Magic, and this is a classic base console. You can tell here the signature base has these metal accenting on it. In this case is matte black with the black wood, and then the classic base has an all wood base here. Now with the signature base, what we can do is choose between the matte black metal and the polished aluminum metal. So I'm going to show you guys that here as we customize this signature base Mayfair. It's going to load up just like our classic. We're going to have a few more options here. So for the Mayfair here, I can select the leather color, of course. We could do something like Corey Off-White. We can do any of our Batik colors, any of our Pioneer colors. You can see here Pioneer's got kind of a shiny look to it, which is an interesting color combinations that you can do with this and get a very cool vintage look. So we're going to stick with Pioneer Gray for this example. Same thing with the size here. We're just going to stick with medium, but if you need the dimensions for large and small, you can look at those as well. Again, try them out because it's going to be one of those things that you really do have to try. I don't think you can sit there and measure yourself for this. So if you have a dealership nearby, definitely stop in and make sure that they have a small, medium, large of the same recliner that you're looking at. So we can choose here on the metal accenting between that chrome or polished aluminum or chrome, whatever you want to call it, and the matte black finish. So that's what I showed you guys earlier. Depending on how you want to spec this out, you can choose between those two. So we're going to go with the matte black. I like that on the gray. It looks very nice. And then for the wood here, we can go with any of our wood stain colors. If you want to black it out, of course, go with your wood color black. And then, you know, if you want some contrast, you could do brown, wingy, like the last one we did, or gray. I think it looks very nice with gray as well. And then, of course, if you click product sheet, it'll do the same thing it did for our last one and give you all the specifications here. So if you were torn between, you know, classic and signature base, you could keep your product sheets pulled up and kind of compare and contrast the two. Again, the signature base has the rocking mechanism on it, whereas the classic base does not have that. So the signature base has a pivot point right here, and the chair will rock back and forth subtly. It's not a dramatic rock. It swivels a little bit easier because it's on a ball bearing instead of a track at the bottom of the chair. And it sits up a little bit higher. So what you'll notice is the seat height of the signature base, which is right here. That's 17¼ inches. And then the seat height of the classic base, even though they're the same size, is 16½ inches. So you get a little bit higher seat with the signature base as well. So let's do another example here. We're going to use the Stressless Admiral as our second example. The Admiral is one of our better selling recliners. It's one of our best value recliners because you're getting $1,100 off of the Admiral all year. We're running that promotion in any of our Paloma special colors. So you can do the Admiral $1,100 off in the Paloma special colors only. So only these selected Paloma colors, which is black, sand, chocolate, silver gray, light gray, new cognac, and Oxford blue. So if you want that discount, you're going to have to stay within those parameters. Those are also the stocked colors here in the US. If I wanted to go with Paloma Metal Gray, for example, absolutely, that's an option I can do. However, the price for that Metal Gray is going to be the $30.95 instead of the $19.95. So if you can, instead of Metal Gray, maybe go with something like Silver Gray. It'll save you a decent bit of money just to have that different color. But for the sake of this video, let's stick with one of the Paloma special colors. I'm a big fan of Paloma New Cognac. I think it's a really cool color that they introduced recently. Sizing here, again, the Admiral is one of the only chairs that we have as a medium and large only. It's not available as a small, but you can get those dimensions here. And then lastly, wood color. I actually do like Winge with New Cognac. I think it's a very good look, so we're probably just going to stick with that. But if you wanted to flip through the different colors and, you know, see how that color combination ended up looking, you can. So we'll stick with the Winge here. And again, just hit product sheet here, and it'll pull up our configuration. So second step here, go to our website, which is slrecliners.com. And this is our retail website. So we are a dealership here in Roswell, Georgia, but we do sell online. So we are not on the Stressless website here. We are on our retail website. The reason why I want to direct you guys here is because I want to be able to show you the configurations we made on an actual chair, so that way you can see how that product looks in real life and not just on a computer rendering like this. So let's start with this Admiral here what I'm going to do is just type in the corner here, Admiral New Cognac. And I'm going to look for a non-computer rendered picture. So let's click one of these here. How about this one? So I can see what color combination this one is down here at the bottom. So this is New Cognac with Winch. It's actually the exact configuration that we have set up here. But this is a real life picture of the configuration that we made. So take some of the guesswork out of how accurate this color is, which you can see is not perfect, but it's enough to give you an idea of what that chair is going to look like. We usually keep a decent amount of photos up on our website. Even if it is a sold out item, you can still search for it. So I really like the way that configuration looks. The Admiral is $1,100 off, so you can get this chair at $19.95, which is a great deal, considering the regular price on this chair is $30.95. But let's go into one of the other chairs that we made, like this Mayfair here that we did in Pioneer Gray. So I'm just going to go up to the corner here and type in Mayfair Pioneer Gray. And one of these photos will pop up here. So we did a medium, so let's click on medium here. So this is a close configuration to what we have, but it's not exact, but it's enough to get an idea of kind of how that's going to look. If we look down here, this is a signature Mayfair and Pioneer Gray. However, it does have the gray wood stain instead of what we picked out here, which was the wingy. I'm sorry, we actually did pick out gray. So, okay, it is. But it does have the aluminum arm instead of the matte black. So it's a close configuration of what we have. And it's enough to kind of get an idea of how that Pioneer Gray looks on gray, as you can see here, but just with the matte black. So let's say we like the way the Admiral looked. The Admiral in New Cognac with the wingy wood stain. To go about ordering that, you can absolutely go to your local dealership and check it out. I highly recommend sitting in these chairs before you purchase them. If you cannot do that, you don't have a dealership nearby, or you're just stuck at the house because of COVID, give us a call and we can help get you sized up for the proper recliner and reduce the chance that you're going to get something that you don't like. The Admiral is a little bit on the firmer side, not too firm, but when compared to the Mayfair, a little bit firmer than that. It's a little bit straighter in the back than the Mayfair, not as contoured, and does have a height adjustable headrest, so it can go up and down, which is something I like as a little bit of a taller person. To have that adjustability is nice. So for this example, I think we're going to go with the Admiral here. If you wanted to purchase that online, at slrecliners.com, our website, you could go to shop online. Go to Stressless Recliners, and we're going to scroll down to the Stressless Admiral here on the classic base. So on the classic base, we can select between the two different sizes. Remember, the Admiral is one of only recliners that only comes as a medium or large, so we can select either one. We're going to select the medium here, and we're going to select the New Cognac, which is the color that we decided we were going to go with on this example. Now, if you click through the leather colors, you'll see that the picture will change with that. However, if you click through the wood colors, it will not, just as an FYI. But we're going to go with Winch, and we'll select that and add it to our cart. So it'll add it to our shopping cart, and of course, just like any shopping cart website, you can go through and complete your transaction. Now, because we weren't able to see some of the wood stains, let's say I wanted to go in and kind of get an idea of what those different wood stains look like. Go to Resources up here, and then go to Stressless Colors. So Stressless Colors on this page on slrecliners.com, if you go to resource pages, will show you the different wood stains. So whitewash wood, oak, teak, walnut, brown, whinge, gray, and black. And it'll show you more accurately what that color looks like, because some of the computer renderings aren't always super accurate. Like the teak, for example, looks more brown than even the sample here, because teak kind of has a touch of yellow in it, which you can clearly see here. So selecting the correct wood stain, but then go back and just double check it on the physical samples that we have here. But the best way to tell is honestly just to see it in person. So if you have that option to go to a dealership that has all of those options, the different wood stains, you can go through and look at them. They'll either have them as samples or out on the floor. And we can do the same thing here with our leather colors as well. So these are physical leather samples that we've taken pictures of. So if we were interested in checking out the Paloma New Cognac, I can just scroll down to Paloma New Cognac and get a very big close-up picture of what that looks like. And all of these resources we try to make available to you to reduce the chance that you're not going to be happy with the color or the sizing or something with your recliner, especially during COVID, where you may not be able to get out and actually physically see these different options. Now, the recliners that we built are all available out of the US. So I'm going to build a recliner here that is not going to be available out of the US. So let's go to the view, select the signature base here. And let's pick a color that is not as popular. Like light gray is a very popular color. So let's pick something like cherry or maybe crystal blue or sparrow blue, which are very nice looking colors, but I think very situational for how they're going to look. Stick with Paloma cherry here. And then for our metal, we'll go with polished aluminum, and then maybe go with a black wood stain. So if I go to the website slrecliners.com, you go down to shop online, click Stressless Recliners. You scroll down, you'll find the view. So we do keep the view in stock in the US. It's rather limited in the colors that we do keep it in. So these are the available colors out of the US. But just because it's not in the color that we want does not mean we cannot order it. It just means it's not going to be immediately available in that 4 to 6 week time frame that we can deliver to your door with our stocked recliners. So the view here that we built, we just create the product sheet here. So if you decided that this view is exactly what you want, and you're willing to wait that 14 to 18 week lead time, what I would do is just send us an email at the slrecliners@gmail.com, or give us a phone call, 678-682-3363. And we are open 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern time every day of the week. And one of our Stressless experts can get you a custom quote on that product, as well as a lead time, and if you want to get that ordered. It's going to take a little bit longer, but if you're in a situation where that's exactly what you want and you're willing to wait for it, it will be made to order, so it'll be made specially for you. On the other hand, if you're looking for something a little bit quicker and you don't want to wait that 4 to 6 week lead time, what I recommend doing is going to our website, slrecliners.com. Go to this clearance tab here. Now, this clearance tab is everything that we have available out of our own warehouse, and we can ship this to you in usually 1 to 2 weeks, depending on your proximity to the state of Georgia. If you're in Alabama, we can get it out to you in a few days. If you're out in California, it may take that maximum of 2 weeks. But either way, we'll give you an update within 2 to 3 days of when to expect that recliner. But this is everything that we do have in stock and available for immediate shipping. If you look through, we've got quite a bit of inventory, especially with recliners. So if you were looking for maybe a wing in black and you were okay with the configuration being brown and black leather, perfect. We've got that in stock. We've got 3 of them, and we can ship them out to you very quickly. So if you were looking to get something a little bit quicker, that clearance tab is where you can find those. if you're looking to get something that's out of our New Jersey warehouse in that 4 to 6 week lead time, if you go to shop online, go to Recliners. These are what we have available to ship in that 4 to 6 week lead time. And then everything else, if you can't find what you're looking for, will likely be a custom order out of Norway. And that's probably going to take somewhere between 16 and 18 weeks. There is no price increase for having a custom ordered product. It's just going to take a little bit longer. Well, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys found it helpful. In the description below, I'm going to leave a link to the Stressless website where you can customize your recliner like we did earlier, as well as our dealership website, slrecliners.com, where you can purchase these recliners and get in contact with us there. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like and comment down below if you have any questions. Subscribe to our channel, and we will see you guys next week.